So episode 917 of One Piece is out, and just as quick as we're in the world building aspect of One Piece, we quickly go back into Wano Act 2 by the end of the episode. And despite the fact there's only two major scenes in this episode, we do learn a lot when it comes to like world government, the revelry, everything that's been going on while Wano's been taking place, which is going to be hugely important following Wano. Usually these are the episodes I like the most when we get the world building. And most of all, I was curious how the anime was going to handle this, considering the attention to detail we've been getting at Wano. Glad to see that's not been ignored here. There's certain things that I did appreciate. Man, was this episode hype for those who are fans of Blackbeard. Knew what was coming, but that reveal at the end, bro. We start off at Bloom Island of Muggy Kingdom at the ruined castle of Dracula Mihawk, which is cool because we haven't seen Mihawk since post time skip. And I think the only time we see him is in a flashback with Zoro, teaching him about using armament hockey on his blades. But other than that, we haven't seen him, not even after Zoro's bounty got increased, after Dressrosa. So this is kind of cool. We also get to see Perona. I thought it was kind of funny. The anime had to give us like a recap of who Mihawk and Perona was. At least if this was a Reverie episode, that flashback would have taken an entire episode. So I'm glad that was not the case. But they do give us snippets of what happened. So Mihawk gets the newspaper and it obviously catches his eye. Then you have Perona, who's making donuts, which is kind of cool. Like, she's been helping out a lot for the 2 years. She's been there. The last time we saw Perona was after the time skip when she was on Salvador Archipelago helping the Straws escape. We've seen her cameos other than that. Plus, but here we actually get to see it in canon format, so that's kind of cool. It looks like she's making donuts for Mihawk, who just says, I'm not interested. And the typical girlfriend who's got rejected, she has that reaction. I don't know if she has feelings for Mihawk, but you can definitely tell there's an emotional attachment to him because she spent a lot of time there. But Mihawk's not interested. I guess Perona notices the newspaper with Moria's picture on it, and she gets freaks out because obviously she's been looking for him all this time. Mihawk didn't say a word. Loving how when it's a small attention to detail, but when you see Perona crying, you see like Mihawk with after she's screaming like Mihawk with his finger in his ear, he doesn't want to hear it, so that's funny. The comedy banter between the two is hilarious. Like, why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you tell me about Moria still being alive? And Mihawk's like, I don't care. They're like, you should care. But either way, it boils down to the point where Perona, she's going to go off to try and find Gecko Moria, which could lead her into trouble, considering where Moria's at right now. I feel like how before she leaves, she's reminded of the fact that she's just spent 2 years with Mihawk this entire time, so she has some connection to him. I guess it's the same way she felt about Zoro in some regards, but and Mihawk like, do whatever you want, and Perona with that expression like, yeah, she got rejected, so she's getting super salty. That's the reaction that most girls have when they got rejected, and they want to get that final attention grab, but they don't get their way. That's what I think that expression was. Either way, Mihawk does say, be careful on your way. Perona tears up, but then the reason he says that is because it's good that you're leaving now, considering what's about to go down. Foreshadowing what took place at the Reverie. He still said a huge topic was brought up at the Reverie, which could impact Mihawk. Given the fact that he said that, I think it doesn't take much to figure out what he meant by that, considering we know Fujitori's goal was to abolish the Shichibukai system. So if that went down, a lot of trouble is going to come their way, especially Mihawk. So, and I do like the symbolism. Before we cut away, we do actually see one of the donuts Perona made. And it looks like, if you look at it symbolism-wise, it looked like a body about to shed blood. So I think that's symbolism of what's to go down. A lot of people may not see it that way. That's what I know. This is going to be some serious stuff when it goes down. We go over to the place where Blackbeard and his crew are hanging out, apparently. And the first thing you see is Blackbeard. They're making it so obvious who it is. The laugh, the ha ha ha. They're very vague about his appearance until his full reveal, but they're just teasing the waters with Blackbeard. But I do like how Blackbeard is reading the newspaper, and the first thing you see is Savo's picture, which obviously points out the picture of what the hell went down at the Reverie, because we know the commanders of the Revolutionary Army went to the Reverie to Marajoa to try and get back Kuma. We know that was confirmed. Gecko Moria, who came aboard the island looking for Absalom, who's been missing for 2 whole years, And we knew Moria was alive. That was obvious, even through Doflamingo's BS statement about, oh, I don't know what happened. Good to see Moria back, even though he's no longer a Shichibukai, so doing his thing. And I got to give him props, even though it was kind of reckless going into Blackbeard's territory. He still had the balls to do it. And we do actually. I think we get more insight about his character than ever before, considering the fact we got an entire arc about him. We don't really learn much about his character other than the fact that he has a fetish for collecting zombies. Here we see a zombie army. He's going around taking people out. Blackbeard immediately identifies Moria, and he's calling out for Teach. And instead, we get to see the fourth commander, or the fourth captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, Avilo Pizarro, which is cool because we haven't seen him since the time skip, so that's cool. We know he's also recruited back in Impel Down, much like Shiryu. One of Pizarro's subordinates says Moria's looking for Absalom. And, oh, it's him. Implies that Absalom already touched down on this island. And then Moria thinks he sees Absalom, which in fact is none other than Katarina Devon, which makes that scene even more weird, considering the fact that Absalom at first, it appeared, was surrounded by chicks, but then we find out who that actually was, made it even more weird. Moria points out the big pictures. Blackbeard's crew looking, they're devil fruit hunters. They're looking for devil fruit. The cells, we know Blackbeard has 2 devil fruits in, so it would make sense that his crew is also looking. In fact, Jesus Burgess was looking to capture the Marimara no Mi before he got clapped by Sabo. And then from out of nowhere, Moria gets cut up from behind as a lost subordinate. His zombies get cut up. And we see Shiryu of the Rain, and in fact, he has the Absalom's devil fruit, the clear fruit, which Moria kind of set up himself. It's like, oh, a lot of people have long to attain this type of devil fruit, and we find out that Shiryu has it. So, and Moria kind of puts 2 and 2 together. So, what the hell's going on here? Intense now that when you consider the fact that Shiryu is already a beast, now he has a devil fruit. And my question is this: it's not just Blackbeard who knows that procedure too. Obviously, Burgess knows it, and now we can infer that Shiryu knows the procedure to steal devil fruits and take them for himself. We find out that Katarina Devon also is a zone type because she has like a 9 tails, and it should have been obvious, but I like how they confirmed it, that Shiryu is in fact the second captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, with second in command. It means the parallels between him and Zoro now cannot be denied, which brings more foreshadowing the fact that Shiryu will in fact be one of Zoro's final opponents, if not the final opponent for Zoro by the end of the series. But then Moria's looking for Blackbeard, and Teach says, you like to party? All the citizens like to party, and it looks like he's trying to recruit Moria, but then we don't really get a response from him. But then he just uses the Quake fruit to blow the building that he was staying at into Kingdom Come. And it's like, pretty much give Moria the rundown of what's going on around the world. At the Reverie, Sabo and the rest of the commanders of the Revolutionary Army stormed to get back Kuma, and it was confirmed they tangled with Green Bull and Fujitora, the admiral. So I want to know what went down at that place. Also gives a rundown of what's going on Wano. He knows, and I said this before, like they hacked into the communications, even though the events of Wano are kept outside from the Lord. So only the higher ups in Wano are going to know about this. So the fact that Blackbeard knew is going to be a problem, because there's been a lot of speculation that Blackbeard would show up on Wano to kill Kaido and steal his devil fruit. So now that he knows, and he also mentions that Mugiwara and the Supernova Alliance are all gathering there, so he knows Straw Hat's there too. Plus, he also mentions the fact that Big Mom is on their trail. So I don't know if that means Big Mom's making her way to Wano, because she did say, I'm coming to Wano. Don't you let her handle Mugiwara's head. He's mine. So I don't know what that means. What do you think's about to go down? And then we get the full reveal of Blackbeard, post-time skip design. He has braids. I mean, it kind of obvious. With Dendamushi, with the we saw at Dressrosa. We also know that Aokiji has been working for Blackbeard, so we didn't see him here. So I don't know what's going on with him. The big reveal was not just his appearance, but also his bounty. It's at 2,247,000,000, which is the highest bounty in One Piece by far. Much bigger than Luffy's at 1.5 billion. So that's the first Yonko bounty we've gotten revealed. So that's going to be crazy. And it won't be the last. Spoiler warning. It finally gets revealed post time skip. What do you think he gets about his design? I think he looks more beast than ever before. And the fact that he's been surrounded by two chicks, like he's got a harem of his own. So I mean, when you have power, I guess you can get away with that type of stuff. Moria's caught between a rock and a hard place because now what does he do? If he joins up with Blackbeard, I can honestly see them making an appearance on Wano because Moria has some beef with Kaido. So, and we know he got his ass wrecked by Kaido, so he wants revenge. That's the reason why he created a zombie army in the first place. The room, shooting you the rain, having the clear fruit now, even more broken. Zoro will be, in fact, be the one to fight Shiryu, considering we know he's the second in command now at Blackbeard Pirates. It was cool to see Mihawk and Perona. So this was a great episode, and I like how after we saw Blackbeard, it immediately opens up the curtains and we begin Wano Act 2 officially next week in the next episode. So if you've seen the episode titles, you know what goes down. If you read the manga, you already know what goes down anyway. But this episode was a key point in the world building aspect. In fact, in 2018, I dubbed this pretty much the best chapter of 2018 because the impact that it had. I do like how they used the eye catches. It was different than what they used in Wano, so that's the attention to detail I like. The world building episodes we get between each act of Wano. So I do like the structure of this because in the chapter, we actually go into Wano Act 2 and we actually get a lot of reveals. But here, they actually stretch out the episode for that to reveal Blackbeard, which I actually think is better because it doesn't feel rushed when you go into Wano Act 2. And what kind of influence, I'm pretty sure it has to have some influence that Oda is having on the anime. What point is this giving out? Like I said, I think you had to have had some direction on where to go with Luffy versus Kaido, because there's a lot of people that think they took liberties with the fight. I don't think so. We don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. So I think it's going to be the case here. Maybe Oda gave some pointers to the anime. It's like structure it a certain way. Next episode, we begin Wano Act 2. These are the episodes I tend to like the most. When we get the world building aspect, it looks like something huge is about to go down, and I want to find out what happened between the admirals and the commanders of the Revolutionary Army. But this is a great episode. Let me know you guys down below. That's going to do it for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe, chat for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.